Hi, so I'm May, and for my undergraduate thesis, I investigated the effects of probiotic supplementation on young calves and the effect it has on Cryptosporidium. So this study is really important because it does affect a wide range of animals, but it has a particular health and well-being impact on young calves, which makes it an animal welfare issue. It also costs the farmers a lot of money, and it's a wee bit of a personal topic because I was working on a farm at the time. It's really disheartening to go into the shed and see all your calves scouring, not drinking, dehydrated. So crypto is a protozoan parasite which primarily affects the gastrointestinal tract of the animal, and the parasites multiply within the cell lining of the intestines. So the black circle there just highlights the wee purple dots, they're the eggs in the intestines. So crypto presents in calves with diarrhea, severe scour, dehydration, reduced feed intake, which results in poor weight gain. These are pictures taken on the farm I was working at. Really bad scour, the calf there lying down, its eyes are really sunken in, really dehydrated, not wanting to drink. So probiotics, they're live microorganisms, and they maintain a balanced and diverse gut microbiome, and they work by competing with harmful microorganisms for space and nutrients in the gut. So I decided to use Precision Microbes, which combines plant extracts and beneficial bacteria. So this supplement had a high concentration of live bacteria, which meant it was rapid action. This was really important to me because I only had 14 days to study the calves. I needed a liquid formulation, not a freeze-dried probiotic. It was vet approved, and it contained NCIMB strain, which is used in piglets right now to improve their gut. And also, I just really like the product because it was liquid. I just want to highlight that it wasn't commercially available in the UK, and a few studies had been done to show improved weight gain. So my objective was to investigate the impact of the supplementation on the prevalence and severity of crypto in calves. And my hypothesis was that the supplementation of probiotics would significantly reduce the prevalence and severity. So the study took place on Roadhead Farm in Scotland, and it was conducted throughout the summer, which took around 6 weeks. So there were 50 calves in my trial. We had 5 calves per pen. They were a mixed breed and sex, so we had Aberdeen Angus and Holsteins. And the probiotic was administered daily into the feed. They got 30 mils of this into the milk. So the calves were individually fed. You can see the bar that we used to feed them, so we could measure how much they were drinking. And there was a therapeutic intervention protocol. So for the calves that were struggling and dehydrated, we were giving them Albutal, which is an electrolyte treatment. And the picture on the end there just shows the layout of the shed. So green was our control group and red was the treatment, and we had gaps in between these pens to stop cross-contamination. So I collected a lot of data, and we did fecal testing every second day on the calf, and they were given a scour score each day. Body weight, temperature and milk intake was also monitored. For the scour score, I followed a diagram similar to this, with 1 being hard and 4 being liquid. So for the fecal testing kits, in an ideal world, we would use ELISAs to test for crypto. But because of funding and just time, I opted for the rapid testing kits. This graph here though was provided by the company, and this is a comparison of the test against ELISAs, so I was quite happy with the sensitivity and specificity of especially the crypto results, so I knew they'd be accurate. So for my data analysis, I used our software, and I used histograms and QQ plots to test for normality. So the calves were treated as the experimental unit, not the pens, and I used a cumulative length model and linear mixed effect model to analyse the data. So for prevalence, we found that the treatment significantly influenced crypto's prevalence, and there was no significant impact with breed, age or sex. So just a wee note, we see these tests becoming positive at around age 5. The bottom of the treatment, the top of the control. You can see from the red just how much more prevalence the crypto was in the control group versus the treatment. So these graphs show the average voluntary milk intake in the morning and afternoon. The dotted line is the milk that was offered. So they were all offered 2 litres a day, until day 11 when they were offered 2.5 litres. So the blue dots are the treatment and the red dots are the control. You can see that they're pretty steady until about day 4 or 5 we have this huge drop off from the control group where the calves were not drinking. With the treatment group, they did drop off slightly, but they were still drinking above the 1.5 litres of milk a day in the morning and the afternoon. And then it slowly starts to rise after about day 9 or 10. The control group starts to drink more and more. So this first graph is the average weight gain over time. Again, we see a significant difference in the treatment group in blue, and they're gaining weight quicker than the control group. We do see this huge spike on the end on day 14 with the treatment group. Whether that's just a fluke or not, it would be interesting to see how that trend progressed over time. And also with temperature, so on day 5 we see this separation from the treatment and control group. The treatment stays nice and steady, where the control group we have this huge spike when they're infected with crypto. So for Scour score, we found again the treatment significantly impacted Scour score, with probiotics actually reducing the average Scour score by 1.83 units. So the top graph is a control again, bottom is treatment, and I know it's a little bit small, but our gauge is on the side there. So the yellow is a Scour score of 4, extreme Scour, and you know the graph kind of just speaks for itself. We have this huge spike in the control group. Calves are really dehydrated, they're scouring. Whereas the treatment group, we only had a couple of calves that were actually reaching that score of 4. So to conclude, probiotic supplementation did reduce the prevalence and severity of crypto in calves. And I think this study provides practical insights for disease control, highlights age-associated variations in treatment efficiency, and also emphasises probiotics for enhancing animal health and well-being in the cattle industry. I do think moving forward the data did lack in balance in breed and sex, so it would be quite good to explore the differences with this, and also into probiotic mechanisms and longitudinal studies. So like I said, some of the graphs we were seeing changes at the end. It'd be nice to know how that progresses. And also in research into probiotic formulations, doses, and administration techniques, a lot of our available probiotic supplements are freeze-dried. Do they work as well as liquid live bacteria? I would argue they don't. I would just like to thank SRUC, my supervisors, Ross and Naomi, and Roadhead Farm for letting me conduct the study, and Precision Microbes for providing the probiotic. Thank you for listening.
Thanks so much, Megan.